Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of In Hindsight. This is where I take candies that I might have reviewed a while back and just taste them again to see if they've either changed or maybe my opinion of them has changed. Today we're looking at the Crispy Crunch bar. Now this bar has a lot of nostalgia for me. It was my father's favorite chocolate bar. So whenever we went out to get candy and stuff like that, which he is part of the inspiration for Candy Critic existing. So whenever we used to go get candy, a Crispy Crunch bar would be had. And so my heart has always sort of been with this. Like this flavor sort of reminds me of the fun days of exploring candy with my father when I was a kid. So already this bar has an advantage. The other thing that sort of, when I looked at the review, I compare it to a Butterfinger. And I think that in sort of North American, or at least American candy sort of flavors and areas, the Butterfinger is the closest thing you can sort of compare to a Crispy Crunch. But it is different enough that I would say that the Crispy Crunch, at least according to my review, is far superior. And this seems to come up often in Candy Critic. I often talk about, whenever I talk about a Crispy Crunch, I always seem to compare it to a Butterfinger and sort of talk about how it's better. And recently, actually, I did a video, you can check back on our YouTube channel, where I talked about how I actually believe that Butterfingers aren't that great. Like I can't seem to love them. So it could be because of the Crispy Crunch bars, which is kind of a weird thing. So it's like this weird sort of dichotomy I have with Crispy Crunch and Butterfinger. But I gave it a fairly good review, but of course, again, it was very biased. One of the cool things about the Crispy Crunch bar is you can see it's got this, your classic wrapper and all that, but it's still got the cardboard tray. This is something that sort of has been eliminated from chocolate bars. A lot of chocolate bars don't have them anymore, and they just sort of give you the bar straight out or in plastic wrapper. But this has a little, I'll just get rid of the actual wrapper, little cardboard tray, which is convenient because, as you can see with this Crispy Crunch, it actually cracked, and that happens often with these bars, which is, I guess, one of their flaws. I didn't mention it in the review, but they do break easily. Like, if you drop this bar once, it's going to be broken, just because the center, as you can see there, is a big piece of a brittle, and so it's very sort of shattery. But I'll give it a taste. Still a great bar. And I'd argue it's still better than Butterfinger. But, I mean, if you're American and you love Butterfinger, give these a try and let me know what you think. But the chocolate seems a little bit thicker than you would get on a Butterfinger. There's just a bit of a nuttier flavor. Butterfinger sort of has this sort of like burnt flavor, which is okay, but just having a bit of a nutty addition, like a bit of peanut added to it, just makes it so much better. And again, nostalgia. So I would say my review is pretty solid, except I might mention the part about them shattering. That might be a bit of a downfall. They're not great for carrying around. Like, if you have them in a bag and your bag gets crunched anyway, chances are your bar will shatter. The cardboard helps it a little, a cool nostalgic cardboard. But it obviously, as you saw here, it won't say that. So it's a bar you have to buy and either take care of or eat immediately. So, having said that, I won't argue. I'll eat one immediately. So, thanks for watching another episode of In Hindsight. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at CandyCritic, or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of our other social media, including Instagram and Facebook. You can also go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/candycritic. There you will find every issue of Snack Facts, as I believe by the time this video comes out, every issue will be done, so you can have the digital download. We will have physical copies of Snack Facts, notionally by the time this is done, maybe. We'll see. We're sort of in the works for that, trying to figure that out, but make sure to keep an eye open for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.